As you guys might already know, I'm a huge believer in the hideout being a main source of money in Escape from Tarkov, and there are two skills that affect how much money you can make and how fast you can make it. The crafting and hideout management skills are incredibly easy to level, but a major grind to max out. So today we'll be highlighting the hideout management skill and showing you guys the most efficient and fastest way to level it. Alright, so jumping straight into this video, it seems like 50% of my viewership really loves the hideout related stuff and the other 50% just think it's a total waste of time. But for me personally, and I say this all the time, the hideout is such an underrated moneymaker in this game that a lot of people sleep on. So with wipe coming very soon, I want to touch on the crafting and hideout management skills because leveling these as quickly as possible is super important if you want to be ahead of the game. If you guys haven't seen part 1 of this video where we talk about the crafting skill, that video will be linked in the top right hand corner of your screen, and this video will be highlighting the hideout management skill. So first up, what is the hideout management skill? Essentially has to do with things like fuel, water filters, and air filter consumption. The higher you get your hideout management skill, the longer all of these things will last. For example, my hideout management is around level 34 and my large fuel cans last 76 hours at the moment. Obviously, I have solar power in my hideout, but I've watched my fuels go from around 55 hours all the way up to 76 hours that it's currently at in the last month of leveling hideout management. Another example would be my air filters. When I first started using the air filtering unit, I would get about 17 hours out of the filters, whereas now I'm getting 21 hours. And this has just been in like the last month or so. So as long as you're leveling the hideout management skill, your cost of fuel and these filters is going to go down significantly, which also means your overall cost of crafting and running the hideout goes down. So how do we level the hideout management skill as fast as possible? First off, you're gonna want to craft things. Every time you complete a craft, you're gonna earn 0.4 XP towards the hideout management skill. And if you guys watch part 1 of this video, you'll know I said while you're on the game playing, you need to be rotating through fast crafts in order to maximize your crafting skill XP. And one of the reasons I said that is because it also applies to the hideout management skill. So for example, if I'm crafting round pliers and printed circuit boards on the workbench, roughly every 33 minutes of rotating between these two crafts, I'm going to earn 0.8 experience towards the hideout management skill. Another way to level this skill is simply by upgrading hideout modules. Every time you build or upgrade a station in the hideout, you get 8 points of experience towards the skill. Yes, 8 entire experience points, not 0.8. So simply building and investing into maximizing every station in the hideout is going to help you in the process of leveling this skill. The next way to level hideout management is to spend resources. I checked the wiki and it doesn't exactly say anything specific on this, nor does it say how much XP you gain from it, but I would assume every time you started a craft and spend those resources, you would gain a certain amount of XP. And finally, the last way to level hideout management is to simply use fuel, water filters, and air filters. So as long as you have the hideout running, you will be gaining XP. My advice would be to just keep the generator full of fuel, the water collector crafting super waters, and the air filtering unit running non-stop. I know this can get kind of expensive, but trust me, we're gonna get to why you need to have these things running non-stop. So now that you know exactly how to level the hideout management skill, let's talk about why exactly you would want to go through all this trouble trying to hit elite level. First off, elite hideout management increases all percentage bonuses from hideout zones 1% per level, and obviously 51% at elite level. For example, the library gives me a buff of 20.1% additional raid experience at my current level, and every time I level the hideout management skill, this percentage bonus goes up. The next bonus of elite hideout management is it reduces fuel, air, and water filter consumption rate 0.5% per level and 25.5% at elite level. The higher the skill, the less fuel, water filters, and air filters you'll use, and overall that just saves you money. Lastly, the biggest benefit you get from elite hideout management is +2 slots for fuel canisters, +2 slots for water filters, +2 slots for air filters, and +2 slots for Bitcoins. This means you can have 8 fuel cans in the generator, 3 water filters in the water collector, 5 air filters in the air filtering unit, and your Bitcoin farm can hold up to 5 Bitcoins at a time. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's sometimes when I can't play the game for a couple of days and I come back to 3 Bitcoins in the farm and it's been running for an extra, 20 plus hours, not producing any additional Bitcoins. Having the ability to hold 5 Bitcoins at a time is absolutely huge for people who don't play the game, every single day. So now that we've gone over everything there is to know about the hideout management skill, let's talk about the key takeaways here. Number 1, on a fresh wipe, you need to prioritize the hideout. You want to get it up and running as soon as possible, not only for the money-making potential, but also to start leveling the hideout management skill as soon as possible. Number 2, build and upgrade every module as fast as you can. I know the hideout can be pretty daunting once you start getting modules close to max. It's super expensive to upgrade everything, and a lot of you may get discouraged when you find out how much it costs to max the hideout. My best advice would be to figure out a money run that works for you, that brings in a great profit with a high chance of survival. The hideout is a major grind that costs millions of rubles, so finding an effective way to make a ton of money to fund it will definitely help. Number 3, craft. Crafting is not only going to help you by bringing in extra income, it's also going to provide additional XP towards the hideout management skill. Rotating between profitable but short crafts during the day while you're playing and also doing longer crafts at night while you're sleeping is going to be the most effective way to help power level this skill. Just remember to always rotate between crafts and not just craft the same thing over and over. Number 4, keep your fuel, water filters, and air filters going at all times. Obviously, at the start of a wipe, you're not going to be able to have water filters and air filters going. That'll obviously come later, but whatever of those 3 you have access to, make sure they are always running if you can. This is going to be the most passive way to make sure you're leveling the hideout management skill. Yes, constantly buying fuel is expensive, and so is water and air filters, but if you guys follow all of the advice I give on the hideout, you will get to the point that you make so much money from the hideout that buying fuel doesn't even make a dent in your ruble count. And lastly, number 5, stick to the plans. If you guys want to max the hideout management skill, you need to understand that it is a major grind. At this point in the wipe, my hideout management skill is sitting around level 34 or something like that, and it would definitely be a lot higher if I would have done everything I've told you guys in this video. Usually early wipe, I'll turn my generator off at night because I don't want to waste resources, and that is a surefire way to halt progression towards maxing this skill. Next wipe, my goal is to focus on doing all of the things that will keep these skills leveling up as fast as possible, and hopefully you guys will have some kind of success as well. So that's basically my guide on the hideout management skill and how to level it up as fast as possible. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you check out part 1 of this video where I go over how to level the crafting skill as fast as possible and showing you how it's equally as important as the hideout management skill. Hopefully this video helps you guys and hopefully you found it useful. If there's something I missed, please be sure to drop it down in the comments so everyone can know about it. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.